Today, we are cracking open the logic behind one of the most powerful and maybe misunderstood ideas in management, the diversity bonus. Let's get right into it. All right. Hey everyone, welcome to our little study session for PP 5361. We're going to be jumping right into Chapter 3 of our required text, the diversity bonus. This chapter is fantastic because it really gets into the fundamental why, the powerful logic behind what makes great teams, well, great.
So, let me just start by asking you a question. Picture this. You've got a really tough problem on your hands, a real monster, and you've got to build a team to solve it. Who are you picking?
I mean, the obvious answer, your gut instinct, is to go for the all-stars, right? You assemble the A-team. You go out and find the people with the best resumes, the highest test scores, the smartest people you can possibly find. It just seems like common sense. But here's the big twist. The research presented in the book argues that this exact instinct, this idea that the best team is just a collection of the best individuals, is a trap. And it has a name, the meritocratic fallacy. It's a blind spot that can seriously hold a team back from reaching its true potential. So if our gut is wrong, what's right? Well, this isn't about feelings or opinions. It actually starts with cold, hard math. Let's take a look at something called the diversity prediction theorem. Now, don't let the name scare you. This is a mathematical identity, which basically means it's as true as 2 + 2 = 4. And what it says is that a group's ability to be accurate, to get things right, depends on two things in equal measure. One, the average skill of the people in the group, and two, their collective diversity. Not one or the other, both, equally.
And this is the equation at the heart of it all. It's just so elegant. The group's total mistake, its collective error, is equal to the average person's mistake minus the group's diversity. Just let that sink in for a second. Diversity isn't just some vague, nice idea. It is a mathematical variable that actively subtracts from the group's error. It literally makes the team smarter.
And hey, this isn't just some abstract theory. Look at how this works in the real world. Check out the London Tube predictions. The average person's error was a whopping 63,000 miles. I mean, people were way off, but the collective error of the whole group, just 1 mile. How on earth is that possible? Well, it's because their mistakes were diverse. Some people guessed way too high, others guessed way too low, and all those different errors just canceled each other out, leaving behind an answer that was shockingly close to the truth. This is amazing proof that a group can be way smarter than its smartest individual member.
Okay, so the math is solid. But this isn't just a neat party trick for guessing games, right? This logic has massive implications for pretty much any kind of complex work we do, whether it's coming up with new ideas, creating something, or solving really tough problems.
I love this quote because it gets right to the heart of what creativity is. You know, true innovation, the big breakthroughs, they often happen when ideas from different worlds collide. Something that's totally obvious and everyday in your field could be absolutely revolutionary in someone else's. For instance, there's this creativity test where you have to name famous people. Imagine you get a team of baseball experts, all top performers in that subject. Well, they'll run out of names pretty fast because their knowledge overlaps so much. But if you take a group where one person loves tennis, another follows politics, and a third knows all about old TV shows, that group is going to generate a way longer, more creative list. Why? Because their pools of knowledge are completely different. And this totally applies to decision-making. The consulting firm Deloitte actually uses this framework. They found that to make a really great decision, you have to look at a problem from all 6 of these angles. But here's the catch. Most of us are only naturally good at seeing the world through 2 or 3 of these lenses. So to get that full 360-degree view, you don't need one superstar genius. You need a team with different ways of thinking. You know, in the super high-stakes world of venture capital, this is practically a religion. Steve Jurvetson says that the people who challenge him the most, the ones who see things completely differently and maybe even drive him a little crazy, those are the people he's come to see as his most valuable assets. That tension, that cognitive friction from different points of view, that's not a bug in the system. It's a critical feature. It's what pressure tests an idea and makes the final call so much stronger. So all of this brings us to this really powerful new way to think about talent. It's time we stop thinking about people as just a single score on a test. Instead, we need to start thinking about them as carrying unique and diverse toolboxes. The whole idea here is that every single one of us comes to a problem with a different set of mental tools, different perspectives, frameworks, and ways of solving things that we've collected throughout our lives. So ability isn't some single one-dimensional number. It's actually about the specific tools you have in your personal toolbox and how good you are at using them. People we think of as high ability have just gotten really good at using a set of really effective tools. Okay, now this visual makes it all click. On the left, people are ranked by their overall score. But on the right, you see their actual toolkits. Now look closely at person 2 and person 3. On paper, they aren't the best, but their tools are totally different. They don't overlap at all. So when you put them together, their team now has mastery over all 4 tools. That team is actually more capable than a team made of the top 2 people whose skills are mostly redundant.
And right here, this is the money shot. This is the exact condition you need for a diversity bonus to appear. It happens when someone who might not look like the top performer on paper is in fact the absolute best at one specific thing the team desperately needs, a tool that the so-called best people just don't have in their box.
Okay, so let's bring all this home. We've got the math, we've got the metaphors, but what does all this logic actually mean for us, especially in the world of public management and for our organizations? Well, it matters pretty much everywhere that complex problems exist. It matters when a university is admitting students, not just chasing the highest test scores, but building a vibrant community of learners. It matters when a board picks a CEO, when a panel gets together to talk about big social issues, or when a company tries to design a product for a diverse public. In every single one of these scenarios, just picking the best individuals on paper can actually lead to a worse outcome for the group. So the big takeaway here is this. It's not a choice between ability or diversity. When you're facing complex challenges, the goal is always to find that perfect balance. You absolutely need talented, able people, but you also need that collective diversity to unlock their full combined potential. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. The next time you're putting a team together, whether it's for a class project or a huge initiative at work, ask yourself this. Are you just trying to get the highest average score, or are you searching for the most powerful combination of toolkits? Because that difference in perspective, it could change everything.